Hi, my name is ColdBeer, and let's start with Nobody Saves the World.
When an ancient calamity reawakens, who can save the world? And the answer is nobody. That's you. You are nobody. Not in real life. In real life, you are an awesome, beautiful person. Never doubt that. Now, subscribe. So here you'll master the art of transformation to become a slug, ghost, dragon, a horse, or someone else. Like an egg, for example. Actually, here you'll find more than 15 distinct forms you can become of. You can mix and match abilities in unexpected ways to unlock and complete even more challenging quests. You can explore a vast overworld on your own or with a friend online. This game is not only beautifully drawn, but it's kinda crazy as well, just like your sister. And now let me tell you about the game that you can try for free right now. Incredibly fun and also funny roguelike tower defense where you can master your skills as a passionate grill master. I present to you Skewer Squad, which is also a sponsor of this video. Try the free demo now, that is only available for a limited time. You'll find the link in the description and in the first pinned comment below. Skewer Squad is easy to learn, but to grill, master it. It will take some ingenuity and the right decisions at the right time. One thing I can tell for sure, the game is incredibly fun. I played the demo for hours because you can choose different grill master and try different combos while defending your precious grill from hordes of rats. And it definitely goes to my wishlist as well. Skewer Squad offers 40 unique food types, which are your defense towers, and then over 100 different food seasonings, which are the upgrades available to buy before every round, and even in the free demo you can choose from 6 different grill masters, each providing unique buffs and skills. The full version will have more than 20 of them.
Wow, wow, wow.
I know, defending your delicious food from invaders is a thing that our ancestors had to do often in the past, and we can enjoy a more playful version of it. The game is very light, you will download it in a few seconds and it launches instantly as well. It's the little things that count. Once you go indie, you will never want to go back to those clunky enormous games, especially after this fun tower defense game. And believe me, this game is not a passive thing, you will have to fight for your life here. Very interesting. So tell me in the comments, what level have you reached? I managed to climb only to 17th out of 20 from like 6th time, so try to beat me and don't forget to wishlist it. Small indie creators are worthy of your love. South Park, the Stick of Truth. From the perilous battlefields of the 4th Great Playground, a young hero will rise, destined to be the South Park's savior. For 1,000 years, the battle has been waged. The sole reason humans and elves are locked in a never-ending war is the Stick of Truth. But the tides of war are soon to change as word of a new kid spreads throughout the land, his coming foretold by the stars. Anyway, he'll arm yourself with the weapons of legend to defeat underpants gnomes, hippies, vegans, and other forces of evil. If you succeed in your perilous mission, you shall become South Park's savior, and if you fail, you will forever be known, you know, whoever you are right now. No offense. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. In the near future, Bolivia has fallen into the hands of Santa Blanca, a merciless drug cartel who spreads injustice and violence, kidnaps people and kills those who stand in their way. Well, that is kinda obvious if you ask me. Imagine a drug cartel who spreads joy and freedom, enforces the superiority of the law and pays taxes. I really doubt that this is how drug cartels work, although I think so. I have never created one, yet. So here you will discover the diverse landscapes, both on and off-road, in the air, on land and at sea, with over 60 different vehicles. And your goal is kinda obvious, you have to dismantle the Santa Blanca cartel. You must do that by fighting fire with fire. You know, they kill people and you kill their people. They spread violence, you spread even more violence among them. They sell drugs, you sell even more drugs. Oh wait, maybe not the latter. Anyway, show them who's the real boss in Bolivia is. Probably not you though. Cry Primal. Welcome to the Stone Age, a time for extreme danger and limitless adventure, when giant mammoths and saber-toothed tigers ruled the earth and humanity was at the bottom of the food chain. Well, not the very bottom, raccoons were still below us, but a fat, juicy human would also be more preferred meal for a saber-toothed tiger, so I don't know if this lower position of raccoons really help us here. As the last survivor of your hunting group, you will learn to craft a deadly arsenal of, you know, sticks and stones to fend off fierce beasts and outsmart enemy tribes to conquer the land and become the apex predator. That won't be easy, except if you play on easy, then it will be easy. Pacific Drive. This is a very interesting title with mechanics you won't usually see in other games. In this driving survival adventure you face supernatural dangers on each expedition into the exclusion zone. Make your base of operations in an abandoned garage, where you'll research new parts, customize your station wagon and chart routes deeper into the zone. As you gather precious resources and investigate what's been left behind in the zone, you learn exactly what it takes to survive in this unpredictable hostile environment. All the vibes here lead to Strugatsky brothers and their roadside picnic story. Many games draw inspiration from it, from legendary Stalker to a recent gem Tunguska the Visitation. And if you like the theme about some stranger things happening in this specific area, I recommend you to watch the movie named Annihilation with Natalie Portman. You won't be disappointed, I promise.
Still wakes the deep. Here you are, an offshore oil rig worker, fighting for your life through a vicious storm, perilous surroundings and the dark, freezing North Sea waters. As if that weren't enough, all lines of communication have been severed, and even that is not everything that went wrong. All exits are gone and something just crawled aboard from the depths. Otherworldly cosmic horror now roams the rig, and you have to navigate this collapsing structure with hopes of saving your crew from a fate worse than death. So basically you will have to escape the place and avoid, distract and sneak around in best attempts to survive. This is an incredibly immersive Lovecraftian story that puts you in the seat of the protagonist. Be sure your mental balls are heavy, hairy and made of something hard to crack. This game is not a walk in the park, that's for sure.
Dinkum. You'll start a new life and build a home on an island inspired by the wild Australian lands. Explore tropical eucalyptus forests, survive scorching deserts, relax and discover a land filled with adorable creatures like koalas or crocodiles or spiders if you are into spiders. I'm certainly not. Collect valuable resources by hunting, mining, fishing and foraging to expand and customize your town and attract new townsfolk and businesses. Share your new home with friends and protect each other as you explore beautiful landscapes filled with dangerous predators. Yeah, that doesn't sound very safe or romantic, but the game truly delivers the feeling of coziness in a special way. The Dungeon of Naheulbeuk, the Amulet of Chaos. This is a humoristic approach to the serious CRPG genre. The story and whole game is based on a classic humoristic French radio show, so it's filled with French humor. You know, everything is about the baguettes and Eiffel Tower. Also, if you are British, for you this game on Steam costs a few times more than for everyone else, and by buying it you must accept the terms that you agree that France is a way more developed country than United Kingdom is. Then you get a 10% discount. Well, that is of course not true, that was some Lithuanian humor for you, but I guess they could really implement that as a joke as well. Anyway, here you'll find exciting battles with creative support mechanics between team members and an adaptive difficulty system, from an accessible and fun story mode with simplified combat to the nightmare mode, where the smallest tactical errors will doom you. Here you'll also encounter more than 100 enemies and epic boss battles. And you know, not every game must have a serious story, sometimes we all need to relax, and this game might be just it.
Caravan SandWitch.
Here you'll embark on a journey across a sci-fi world. Driven by a mystery to find your missing sister, you will interact with various communities, help them with their tasks, and meet new people along the way. Take your time to explore the world, whether in your van or on foot. The game is aiming to be crowned as a king of relaxing exploration games. Here you will find no combat, no death, no timer, just you, your van, and the world. Here, equipped with an array of essential tools, you will upgrade your van to open up new passages and ruins. From navigating treacherous terrain to uncovering ancient historical sites. Every step of your journey will bring you closer to unraveling mystery behind your sister's disappearance. Deep Rock Galactic. This is a 1 to 4 players first-person shooter featuring badass space dwarfs and 100% destructible environments. Here you can play alone or work together with other players as a team to dig, explore and fight your way through a massive cave system filled with hordes of deadly enemies and valuable resources. Pick some powerful guns like flamethrowers, Gatling guns, portable platform launchers, and show those puny aliens who's the boss. Dwarfs may be small, but they are really powerful. We in Lithuania have a saying,
Neugis or smugis.
Meaning not the size, but the punch is what really matters. And your punch is really
you know, probably weak in real world, but really impactful for the alien population in these dangerous caves. People on Steam are talking that there is no reason not to play this game, and I have to agree, show those monsters the true meaning of extinction.
Rock and stone, baby.
Solasta, Crown of the Magister. Here you'll discover the shattered world of Solasta, explore ruins and dungeons for legendary treasures, learn the truth of an age-old cataclysm and stop it from happening again. You will be able to create your own party of adventurers in the classic tabletop RPG tradition. The choices you will make while choosing various skills, traits and backstories of your heroes will reflect in their dialogue. You know, if some of them are born in Potato Saladistan, they will always be enemies with the guys who put pineapple in their potato salad, and with these characters you will dive into long-forgotten dungeons to unearth ancient artifacts. But stay watchful of light and darkness. Many dangers hide in the dark, but a light can attract monsters as well. Some enemies have dark vision, some may flee from your torch, but, you know, as I always say, the best way to light your way is with fireballs. It doesn't really matter if your enemies have dark vision or not, a fried monster is always better than a raw monster, so the game is pure treasure for CRPG fans, and also it includes Dungeon Manager, so you can make your own stories and maps, or play some good ones created by way more talented people than you. Also keep in mind that the game has 3 DLCs and 1 supporter pack available, and those DLCs along with the base game are constantly on one sale or another, and there is no better channel covering sales than this one, so subscribe, don't miss a good opportunity in the future. Smalland, Survive the Wilds. Here you'll traverse puddles as big as a lake, scale skyscraper-sized trees and scramble through cavernous cracks in roads as you explore a huge open world from a new perspective. Well, honestly, we all saw this in Grounded already, but that game is obviously oriented to a younger audience, and Smalland is more like a traditional open-world RPG with heavy crafting and survival elements. Yeah, keep that in mind. Game is filled with various challenges. The squirrel gangs that see you as a walking peanut can be a little overwhelming, and add an unexpected twist to your tiny adventures. One of the coolest things is that you can ride various creatures, and not only on the ground, there are plenty of flying mounts as well. And for me, after flying for countless hours in Hogwarts Legacy, it's very hard to go back to any game that doesn't have this feature. Anyway, you can play the game alone or with friends, but keep in mind that it is still in early access, so you can run into various problems nobody else has ever even seen before. Also, if you are afraid of spiders, fair warning, you are a pussy. I'm kidding, I just wanted to stress out that here you will encounter some realistically looking and moving spiders that may not be compatible with your raging arachnophobia. Dune Spice Wars. At the beginning I was really surprised how light this game is. It only requires 4 GB of free space. What is this witchery? And because of that, Dune Spice Wars works incredibly smoothly. Loading times are almost non-existent, and the game itself launches very fast as well, a few seconds and you are in the main menu. I honestly can say that I am not used to this. The game itself looks like a casual 4X title, like Civilization, but it's not. It's a mix of 4X and real-time strategy. You start with your main base and then you have to expand. To do that, you need to explore surrounding areas with your ornithopter and find some resources. I mean areas rich in spice, having which is really nice. It rhymes because spice here is money, and money is nice, that always rhymes. Roses are red, violets are blue, money is nice. See? Anyway, I can recommend the game, I really liked it. Wizard with a Gun. This is an online cooperative sandbox survival game set in a magical wilderness littered with monsters and arcane mysteries. You will embark on a journey alone or with a friend to collect, craft and outfit your wizard however you see fit. Carefully designed weapons, bullets and furnishings for your tower, but also you will have to try not to burn it all down as the magic you wield escalates beyond your control. People are saying that the game is very fun, but there are few buts. If you play it alone, it will become repetitive and grindy after a few hours, but if you have friends, which is unlikely, that may change the perspective a bit. This game is fun with friends. People who left reviews on Steam have from 4 to around 25 hours of gameplay on record, so not that bad. Also, the art style is awesome. Not as awesome as you, my friend, but still really pleasant for the eyes. Return to Monkey Island. The game merges legendary point-and-click gameplay and modern-day graphics and resolution. Here you'll solve puzzles and explore the islands, have context-sensitive interactions, reactive dialogue trees, and easy-to-use inventory system that makes pirating a breeze. Yeah, you are a pirate, embarking on a dangerous missions, searching for hidden treasures and magical items. The strongest side of the game is the humor, which takes a huge part of this game, although not as huge as your mama, and a wonderful voice acting. Like seriously, one of the best I've heard in such games. The only real downside is that it ends quickly. It's only about 10 hours long, but around 90% positive review score on Steam is the greatest praise that can be. The Precinct. This looks like an old-school GTA game, but it's entirely the opposite. Here you'll become a policeman and will have to catch all the criminals that misbehave in your city. The action is set in the past. The year is 1983, and the technologies are accordingly old. That is cool, I like when they go full-on on the details. So here you'll dive into a world of thrilling car chases, sandbox crimes, and a healthy dose of noir as you protect the city and solve the mystery of your father's murder in the line of duty. Developers say that this is a love letter to a classic cop movies, you know, like Lethal Weapon for example. And just like in GTA games, the Precinct combines police sim with sandbox experience. Patrol the streets and respond to callouts to fight criminals. It doesn't matter petty or powerful. Choose your own tactics in chases and shootouts and feel the shifting power struggles of town gangs. I don't know, this may be a gem you were looking for, or at least a nice polished rock. REKA. This is a Slavic folklore-inspired game made by a small studio in Berlin. Despite them being small, the game looks truly awesome. The visuals are a real candy for the eye. So here you will begin your journey as REKA, an apprentice of a very powerful legendary witch. You want to be just like her, but to reach the highest rank is a marathon, not a sprint. Or as we in Lithuania say,
Dar tau toli šūdais plaukti vaikeli.
which I will not translate. So here deep in the autumnal woodlands, you will learn and practice your witchcraft as you summon to life your own iconic chicken-legged cottage. So your worst enemy is obviously KFC. You will solve quests, forage for ingredients, and uncover terrible secrets of the woods. The game has this menacing and gloomy atmosphere and is perfect for dark evenings after a hard day of work. People on Steam say that this is some kind of survival craft game without survival part, so you're gonna be fine here, mostly. The Thaumaturge. This is an isometric, story-rich, turn-based combat RPG. The year is 1905. The city of Warsaw lives under the rule of imperial hands. Its inhabitants constitute a diverse group of different ancestries, views and beliefs with often conflicting interests: soldiers, merchants, simple townspeople, and more. Despite the circumstances, the city is a buzzing metropolis where you can attend a breathtaking party with the high society and later get robbed in one of the dark alleys. Well, sounds like any city today, but there is a catch. You are some kind of a warlock, a Thaumaturge as they are called here, because you inherited the power to tame magical entities. You will utilize their mystical abilities to discover secrets hidden within the human soul and speak to the darkness itself. People are saying that the game has a great story, has complex but easy to learn combat, and is set in a relatively open world. The only flaw here, in my eyes, is that the game is set in Poland and not in ColdBeer, but no one is perfect. Sunless Skies. Here you play the captain of a locomotive, a steam engine fitted for off-rail travel, sailing the stars, leading your crew into trouble and out of their minds. Smuggle souls, barter for crates of time, stop for a cricket and a cup of vodka. Discover more of the deep, dark and marvelous Fallen London universe. Also, if you like this one, check out Sunless Sea as well. You can play either game first, the stories coexist happily just like beer coexist with its bottle. Sunless Skies is a narrative game, all action is just an addition to a bigger story. Be prepared for that. Blair Witch. I never played the game myself because I expected it to be very scary, so I watched the entire playthrough on YouTube. I really love watching horror games being played by people with way bigger balls than I have. So what can I say, Blair Witch is not a very scary game. It is dark and psychologically challenging, but the level of horror isn't very high. I could probably play it without much struggle. The game itself is quite linear, so don't expect much action. All you'll do here is hold the W key, sometimes relaxed and sometimes
times you will press way harder, depending on the situation of course. So basically it is a walking simulator with menacing and beautiful visuals. Anyway, the story starts in 1996. A young boy disappears in the forest, and you, a former police officer with a troubled past, join the search. What starts as an ordinary investigation soon turns into an endless nightmare as you confront your fears and the Blair Witch herself, a mysterious force that haunts the woods. Creepy but very fun.
The Witch's Cauldron. This is a simple and cozy game where you will boil various potions as a not-so-evil witch. You'll practice your craft in a town where good rumors spread just as fast as bad ones, with the latter quickly reaching the ears of Inquisitors. And as you probably know, Inquisitors are the best friends of every witch, who wants to die in agony and pain, I mean, so not a friend of yours. Balancing your popularity amongst townsfolk and the Inquisitors' growing attention is essential for survival here. And if your intuition tells you that the end is near, you can always find refuge in another town. There are plenty nearby. The game has very good price and playtime ratio. You'll finish it in roughly 15 hours. Can totally recommend for a calm evening. You know, when the rain pours outside, a distant rumble of thunder shakes windows gently, and you just brew things as a witch. Ravenswatch. The nightmares here are like your ex, spreading and corrupting everything in their path, so you must hone your skills and find the strength to defeat the creatures of the nightmare, using unique hero abilities inspired by characters from folk tales and legends. Yeah, you can choose one of the well-known heroes, such as the Red Hood, Beowulf, or even Aladdin, and hack and slash your way through hordes of monsters. If you played Curse of the Dead Gods, you will be pleased to know that these are the same developers. If you didn't know the game, check it out. It's one of the best hack and slash roguelites inspired by Hades, and Ravenswatch kinda follows a similar visual style as Curse of the Dead Gods and lets you play alone or in a team of up to 4 players co-op. Into the Breach. This simple-looking game is actually an officially recognized masterpiece. It has won Best Strategy Game title at the Game Awards. It was announced as a Game of the Year by PC Gamer, and on Steam it has above 90% of positive reviews left by thousands of people. So here the remnants of human civilization are threatened by enormous creatures breeding beneath the earth, and all hope is in your hands. You must control powerful mechs from the future to hold off this alien threat, and each attempt to save the world presents a new randomly generated challenge. Basically, the game throws a different strategic puzzle at you every time and you have to solve it, and that is somehow really fun to do. Just make sure you like both puzzles and strategy games, because it is quite challenging, and if your brain is smooth, you may want to play some other game instead. Don't ask why I know this. Lance Island. In this survival open-world crafting game, you will engage in dynamic, skill-based action RPG combat with a free-moving camera. You will craft various weapons and armor, build a fortified base, gather resources, and explore dangerous places. And when you need a bit of a rest, you can find peace in cultivating your own farm and raising animal companions. You can tailor your character to suit your preferred playstyle, whether you are a dedicated warrior, craftsman, fisherman, or a fearless farmer. Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and balls to be a farmer. Have you seen Clarkson's Farm? Great show, by the way, I can totally recommend. So in Lance Island, with every choice you make, the world around you evolves and changes. I must say that the game is still in early access, so you will definitely encounter some bugs and glitches, but most of them won't ruin your game or fun experience. It's a very beautiful game, so conquer this land and build your own tiny ColdBeeristan here. Far Cry 5. Here you will spill rivers of blood and your victims will drown in their own liquids because you are awesome and they suck. Your task is to stand up to cult leader Joseph Seed and his siblings to spark the fires of resistance and liberate the besieged community. In other words, you will have to get rid of fanatics without any political correctness. You can play alone or in 2-player co-op in this vast open world. Use a huge arsenal of weapons from rocket launchers to shovels and take control of iconic muscle cars, ATVs, planes and more to engage the cult forces in epic fights. The bad thing is, as always, Ubisoft launcher with all the DRM problems, so it seems like the company treats you like a thief in advance. And paradoxically, you know where you could find the game without DRM? On various pirate sites. They removed it. So what is the point of punishing us, paying customers, when pirates can enjoy the game without any stuff like that? You suck, Ubisoft. And now thank you for watching, and don't forget to try that free demo of Skewer Squad. It's a great game. Bye.